Hello everybody, this is NCS, and welcome back to Let's Make the Narrator's Voice Go Horrors, aka Sengoku Gensoukyou. Yeah, I was dreading this scene all along, this conversation arc. Cutscene dump. I was hoping that if I conquered the human village a little sooner, maybe the cutscenes would be spread out a little better than that, but apparently not. Oh well. Akigyokudo, a mansion located in the Netherworld, where the Saigyoji clan, tasked with the management of ghosts, resides. The 200 Yojana long garden is its pride, as well as the atmosphere and cherry blossoms. The maintainer of that beautiful, majestic and mysterious garden, and the garden of the Saigyoji clan, Yomu-kunpaku, was flying around the garden in a frenzy. Whew, that should be enough. This garden is so big, one person couldn't possibly maintain it all. It would be good if Lady Yuko found another helper. Nah, she can't do that, Yoma. After all, you're the only other humanoid ghost that isn't in another group already. Seriously, why is Yoma... Okay, she is a half ghost, but why are there so few humanoid ghosts, but more like ghosts? I don't get it. With a light complaint of tiredness, she began her daily sword training after maintaining the garden. The two swords she wielded, Hakuroken and Rokanken, seemed to release her tiredness with each swing. It's still quite warm. It seems I'm not able to fully clear my mind yet, though the feeling of sweating from practicing my swordsmanship feels good. Despite being a gathering of ghosts, Akigyokudo experiences the heat and coldness of the four seasons too. Ghosts are cold to the touch, so it probably would be relatively cold in this area here. But probably not as cold as the Misty Lake usually, and especially not now that Letty is there. Yoma's sword continued its steady swing up and down, and a single figure watched her from behind a tree. What would you be doing, Lady Yuiko? My, you found me? Very good, Yoma. I see you have not forgotten to always be aware of your surroundings. Your readiness is praiseworthy indeed. The figure of Yuko Saigyoji, the master of Hakegyokudo, who Yoma served, emerged from the shade. She had her usual aloof expression on her face, keeping everyone from being able to tell what she was thinking. However, your complaints were unacceptable. You are to maintain this garden precisely because it is large. That doesn't make much sense, but okay. Anyone else doing so would not let me rest in peace. You would never rest in peace anyway. Otherwise you wouldn't be a ghost, right? But you were listening all this while, Lady Yuko? Yes, I was. I appreciate the effort you expend every day, but you will not be given a helper. I was never hoping for one, and it isn't necessary either, so it is fine. It is a little strange to see you come all the way here though. Are you here to practice your swordsmanship? As if Yuko would ever do that. She's far too, okay, I'm not going to say lazy, but careless to do so. I'm afraid I have no practice fencing sticks with me, so you must return to the mansion to retrieve one. I'm afraid you've got it wrong. You can save that for next time. Whenever that will be. I came here to look for you specifically. I always return to the mansion promptly after I've finished my work. I'm not a little child, you know. War is brewing. You're always treating me like a kid and— Eh? Where is it? Who is attacking us? We must hurry and cut them down at once! My children who refuse to listen to the ant should learn how to calm down as well. Lady Yuko, a war is not anything to be calm about. Yukari has told me of an interesting game that she has thought of. So we shall be playing as well. Something that Lady Yukari thought of? That gives me a very ominous feeling. My, this time she's something that will involve all of Gensoukyou. Except for the Yokan Mountain, the underground. Okay, that temple is in the human village, but the mausoleum that Miko is in, whatever the 14th, or wherever the 14th game is going to take place in. Well, we've quite a lot of places there that are in Gensoukyou but not participating in this game. So much for all of Gensoukyou. I know I'm nitpicking there. But I believe this game actually did come out well, after Mountain of Faith at least, because something I'll show you later. We were punished for the spring incident, but this kind of game should garner no complaints. I think it would be natural to expect punishment for what we did during the spring incident. Anyway, Yukari took great pains to set this event up, so we shall be participating as well. Make sure to use your swords to slice up our enemies. Lady Yuko, these swords are not made to cut through living flesh. The unfolding of weapons under a hail of blossoms. Doesn't that sound like a true warrior's battle? I don't really think so, but maybe. Oh, the details are right here, so give it a read through. And do call that band from the other side of the barrier to join in as well. I'm getting quite hungry. I wonder what's for tea time today. Yuko handed over the sealed letter she got from Yokari to Yoma, then returned to the mansion, leaving Yoma at a loss. Ah, Lady Yuko! This is almost certainly going to get weird. The scale is far too large even for Lady Yukari. It's more fun to play with 100 people than to play by yourself, isn't it? That may be so, but— Trolling Yukari again. Nice. Just as Yoma turned her head towards the voice in shock, Yukari retreated and closed her gap at the exact same time. Aww. It feels like the two of them prepared this just to make fun of me. Only had their shoulders droop as far as they could, then set out to run Yuko's errands. And finally the tag stop is over for this turn. Yeah. As you might expect, since there are so many territories, the text dump will not really be over until we've declared war on everyone. Or at least a couple of rounds. But anyway, now that we finally are in control of something again, I would recommend we do some more researching, because, well, I don't want to declare war on anyone right now. Because, well, the one I want to declare war on has not been put on the battlefield just yet. So obviously I'm going to wait until they are there. Okay, let's develop one more, I believe actually another 24 was okay. Let's see. Yes, okay. Fortunately, no one has declared war on us yet, so we can go all out and just use whichever characters we want for researching. Because, well, nobody can attack us yet. Fortunately. And should I really start another text dump? Ugh. Oh well, I guess we have more than enough time still. For one scene at least. So let's see what the fairy army is up to. Oh god. More children voices! No! I'm just kidding, I like reading all the text, sort of. I guess it's about time to go, huh? To go where? To the Hakkare Shrine's main place to do this war declaration thingy. Tutu? Okay. Wait a minute, do you even know what declare war means? Eh? Oh. It's not tasty. I knew that! I know what it is, it's like hitting your opponent with a glove. How do you even know of that? How does she manage to say things that are semi-right? It's still very wrong. That's what I like to know. But still, I like hearing this answer. Anyway, that's part of our main objective, so we gotta beat her up real good. And then I can go back to sleep. I guess that works out fine. Eh? Did you say something? No. Anyway, if you're going to declare war, send another fairy to do it. If you go, you're sure to start a fight. Yeah, probably. Bah, I wouldn't do that. Besides, I'm the strongest, so even if I did, it wouldn't be a problem. Just do whatever you want then. Well, it'll be kinda annoying to do it myself anyway, so I'll do as you said. Then, at the Hakkare Shrine. Hey Reina, a fairy just gave me a glove. The heck is that supposed to mean? How would I know? In the end, the message wasn't really properly delivered. Of course it was, they're fairies after all. Alright. Nope. I just wanted to say no cutscene from... Oh, there was no cutscene from Mayate. Yay! One cutscene less. Just kidding. Well, there is one cutscene less, but still. More with medicine. I like that character somehow, and I especially like the character coming up in this cutscene. Medicine had left the Nameless Hill, but she was not particularly going anywhere. So she just ended up flying around randomly. But her eyes suddenly became attracted to a vast sea of yellow. Sunflowers! Wow, so many sunflowers. It makes me kind of feel awful. Medicine was never one for sunflowers, but since she had a vague memory of visiting the sunflower field before, she decided to drop down and take a closer look at it. It's not like I had a place in mind anyway. They make me feel bad even up close. She walked slowly through the field, looking upward at the sunflower who grew even taller than her. Many of the large flowers looked like suns pointing at her, making her feel even worse than ever. All these flowers of the sun pointing in one direction really does feel awful. The color is so bad for their eyes too, I can't relax around here. My, I think these vivid colors are quite brilliant myself. Who are you? She quickly turned towards the direction of the voice. At first, the sunflowers in the way made the owner of the voice hard to see, but the sunflowers then separated at once to reveal the figure clearly. Hello, it's been a while, hasn't it? Who are you? My, you could forget someone like me. who's as bright and colorful as a sunflower? Well, for a sunflower, you're definitely missing the yellow part, Yuka. That's rather mean. I forgot about you because you're like a sunflower. That's unfortunate. It's rare for anyone to be able to forget such prettiness. Do you mean you or the sunflowers? Both. She caressed the sunflower's stalk as she murmured. They had indeed met before, but since Medicine had the memory of a doll, none? It was to be expected that she'd forget. I'm kinda getting the feeling that we've talked before. My, you remember now? I'm glad. That reminds me, I never did get your name. I'm Yuka Kazami. And you would be? Medicine. Medicine Melancholy. From your name and body, I suppose it's obvious that you would dislike sunflowers. So, what would your melancholic self be doing here? Planning to move? Why would I desert Miss Sue to stay in a place like this? Okay, I just have to say it now. I hate the translation of Miss Sue. In the original Japanese version, or, well, in Japanese in general, Miss Sue would be Susan, which obviously is a pun of the name Susan. So why the heck have they translated that and not let the pun be a pun? Oh well. They have, so I guess there's nothing I can do anymore. And complaining won't help me either, so oh well. Just thought of pointing that out. I was a bit bored, so I came out to play. My, how fortuitous, I'm quite bored myself. Though I don't think you'd make an adequate partner to play with. That's so rude. Miss Sue's poison is invincible. It's just a little joke. Besides, it's always a tragedy to see a flower wither away due to poison. Although they seemed to trade provocative words, it was just a banter that signified a normal, peaceful and boring day. Although Yuka and Medicine were fundamentally different, they both shared the same feeling of wanting something big to happen. Just as a flower needs its water, the mind needs enrichment as well. And then, blessings of rain from above began to fall and quench the thirst of their minds. If you're that bored, then I have something really interesting for you right there. Did you say something? Look up. Medicine looked up to the sky as she was told to, and saw a crack quickly opening up in the blue sky, with a purple figure emerging from it. Hello and good afternoon. It's certainly raining sunlight today, isn't it? Be clear, will it be bright or a rainy day? Yuka's face began to tighten into a scowl. There were very few who would argue against these two women being amongst the most powerful in Gensoukyou. And the two of them were now facing off. But unlike Yuka, Yukari had a calm and light look on her own face. My, don't make such a scary face, It's really strange to see Yuka with such a face, and anyway, because in most artwork, she's always smiling. That's the part why I like her, because even if she's angry, she's smiling. That's creepy! I didn't come for that today. How boring. What would be you here for then? As I said, I have something really interesting for you all. I'm not a fan of your brand of salesmanship. My, is that so? That's too bad. I had such a wonderful way for you to kill some time as well. I suppose I could listen to your offer. I like it when you're honest. You over there, do listen carefully as well. Huh? What did you say, Miss Person as Purple as Miss Sue? Here you go. Share this copy, please. Yukari handed over a familiar-looking document as she spoke. It was another copy of the participation information she had been distributing. After reading through the instructions, they both looked up. What's this supposed to mean? And if you came here personally, you might as well have explained it to us verbally. It took me quite a while to make that up, you know. It makes my job easier as well. So how about it? I believe it's a good way to relieve your boredom. I'm not really sure, but it's basically about inviting friends and finding together, right? I don't have any friends besides Miss Sue. My, but you do? You have one right next to you after all. Eh? I like how both of them are talked about. What? No. What? She's not a friend of mine. The two turned to look at each other, then immediately began to protest. Now, hold on a second. When did I become a friend of this girl? Susan and sunflowers together? That's like water and oil, or dolls and humans. The latter one actually works quite fine, as we can see with Alice. Oh, don't those two go well together? Whatever the case, I have no interest in such tedious things. If you wish to kill some time, then let's fight it out right here, right now. My, you can hit it up awfully easy, If you wish to fight me so badly, then there's one person you will have to defeat first. And this time she's actually correct, since we are kind of in the center point of, well, the map. Reima Hakure. Reima. You lost to Reima in the past, didn't you? Twice, actually. A yokai who gets beaten by her is no match for me. You got beaten by her too! There's no way I'm going to take that lying down. Fine, I shall play with Reima a little while as an appetizer. Yes, very good. And what about you, Miss Doll? Me? I don't know. You're aiming for the liberation of dolls, aren't you? Then you'll have to work hard and gather a lot of allies. Well, that's true. Just what are you planning? Now, don't worry so much. I'll judge you two down as participants then. Do your best. I'm busier than a bee these days. As soon as she finished what you wanted to say, Yukari jumped back into her gap without giving the others a chance to stop her. The two left behind turned to look at each other again. Just what was that all about? I feel like she was pulling my strings like a puppet. What about you? What do you plan to do? She said I could liberate all dolls, so I can't back down now. I'll have to gather allies and fight the humans eventually. You shall be the leader then. Such things are far too annoying for me. What? The battles take place between groups, so we need to decide a leader. It's written right here. I'm not very interested in dolls, but this fits well, doesn't it? I guess so. Alright, I accept. I'll do my best to raise the social status of dolls and liberate them from the humans. Getting to know the outside world, its residents, and even herself. To Medicine, this was a chance for her to grow and find some allies to her cause at the same time. And so, Medicine's battle for the liberation of all dolls began. Hey, what about me? What is it? And the characters from Lotus Land Star are constantly breaking the fourth wall in these games. First in Gensoukyou Tyson, now here, and I'm not gonna read that. We've been like 23 minutes already, even more with the character introduction screen for Yuka. So yeah, I guess we'll get to see what Hakikokure is up to next time on Let's Play Sengoku Gensoukyou. This was NCS, and farewell for now.